And we're live. Hello,
Hey!
hello. Welcome everybody to the Ideal Home Show, episode 166. We have the usual ensemble of vaping enthusiasts and vaping veterans. None of us have seen war, but we're veterans in a vaping sense, not in a military sense, although I was in the Navy. On tonight's show, we will be talking...
Do you really want me to ask you that? That's true.
Well, we'll come back to that later on. On tonight's show, we'll be talking about all the latest gear and news and things from the high-end world of vaping. We'll also be covering the general world news of vaping as well. We'll be catching up with the chaps. We've got a double massive Travavar tonight as well. An Uber Travavar, if you like. And all that good stuff. Rick, not with us tonight. He's preparing for his court case tomorrow. Vehemently denies all charges and is expecting to be duly acquitted and back with us next week.
We shouldn't have sent Roll Paris to do the fact finding. That was a mistake.
Yeah,
it looks bad.
Hey, look, it's easy to say that now. Hindsight's 2020,
It's true.
etc. So let's crack right on. James, what are you vaping and what are you drinking, good sir?
I am drinking. Start off with drinking. Get this out of the way. I'm drinking this pish. I don't know what it is. I want a posh lager. It's awful. It's malt smith. It tastes a bit like that brewdog stuff. It's not my cup of tea. I like
drinking Heineken.
Yeah, you know what? I put the thing on Heineken. Yeah, the big Heineken. I was frightened out of drinking the Heineken. I thought,
just pull it forward and twist it. That's it.
Yeah. No. It's not. It isn't. There's no pulling and twisting. I'm not pulling and twisting it. I'm not falling for that, John. There is no pulling and twisting. I've had a look at, the general consensus seems to be you need to drink it all in one go. I'm not going to drink it this evening. So
it is piss otherwise.
I'll leave it till the weekend. And we'll have it. Yeah, but not this evening. So instead, I'm drinking this. I'm drinking this pish, malt smith. It's right. I am vaping on my usual. Well, that's my usual of late. The Sunbox E7 with some tomato crunch in there, a Viper up top. And I got something new this week. I have got. It's new to. It's not brand spanking new, but it's new to me. It is an Art and Mod Evo. Got this in a little bit of a and it's tasty good. It's tasty good. And on top of that, I've got a nuts, and a whistle on top of there. I'm not quite. I've got a. I like a beauty ring. You know, I like a beauty ring. I've got a stainless steel one, but the nuts is like 14.1 millimeters. I think. Sorry, not 14.1. 18.1 millimeters. And the bog rat doesn't fit on it. It's just a little bit too tight. I don't want to force it. But the Evo, I'm loving it. It's DNA75.
It's very good looking. Love it.
It's super comfy. It looked
black ring looks really nice on.
It looked big on the pic, but it's not. It's got the light hidden behind the Delrin. It's got doors. Look at the doors. The doors come off and they're all magnetic, and then the bottom comes off. It's pretty cool. I like it. I can see why people went mad for them. A year ago, people were going mad.
That's what I was just about to say. People were crazy for that, weren't they?
Prior, Art Mods have done some wicked stuff. Angsty's a big fan, isn't he? Art Mods.
Mm.
Yeah. Angsty.
I'll say yes. He is. And I don't blame him. One because it is really nicely made. It's really nicely made.
That's a keeper then.
It definitely is. It's a little bit of a funny getting the bottle in and out because it's kind of hidden behind the battery, and you've got to kind of slot it into the little slot there. And see why people would use a refiller available at modmaker.co.uk. But I'm not going to do it. I want a fanny. I don't care. I'll fanny. And in there, I have got. Oh, let's start with what I've got in there. I've got from the man who I got the trade. Who I did the trade with from Tom. I have got some Cali custard from South Coast.
Very nice.
Lovely. I've had that for ages. I didn't get that with the actual mod. I've had that for ages. I'm a big South Coast fan. Deck chair's awesome. A few of these are really good, but that Cali custard is one of my favourite. I thought I'd crack it out. to break in the Evo. So that's me. That's what I'm drinking. That's what I'm vaping this evening. John, what you think? What you vaping and what you drinking?
Okay, I am vaping on. I have got. Come on, John. The Dvar 18, 16. Is it 18, 16? 16.
Yeah, the dwarf 16.
16.
Stop pronouncing it weird, though. Stop pronouncing it weird. It's just the dwarf.
Sorry, dwarf. I'm not very good at things like that.
I'm sure it's meant to be. It's how Yorkshire people genuinely say dwarf, isn't it? Dwarf.
I think so.
Dwarf. Right.
Dwarf.
On top of the Pico 21700, inside that I have got 45 milligram crack current, which is great. Just quickly, I built this in the week when I got it in the last week, and I put in a 2.5 in a diameter coil, and I thought, great, but it wasn't. I swapped it for a 2mm because it's just it's half as good again with a 2mm. Next up, I got the RX-75 because I know Richard misses it. And on top of that, I have the EVL Reaper V3. And inside of that, I thought I'd try something to try and nick up something else. I tried to get some cotton jams in it, which I managed to do. And that is Bantha milk, 45 milligram, nicks up. From Vape Swag, the lovely Jamie. And it's really, really, really worked. Raspberry slush. Yeah, those are just had nicks, obviously. And last but not least, I have got Jeffrey's Vintage Bakes Trifle in. Oh, I've done it again. Sorry. The Karma on top of a Bonamod. Jesus, that's bad.
I've now got chameleon stuck in my head.
It's a classic tune.
Lovely combo.
I've got that 12 milligram freebase. So, well, it's 12 milligram. I use freebase 72 that I had in the freezer. Who doesn't like a 12 milligram big cloud? It's good for you. Yes. Oh, and I'm drinking on Magners because I got to the end of the day and I just didn't fucking care enough. And I drank the Sauvignon Blanc last week on the show, and Friday's hangover was astounding.
I've done that.
It was a Pinot. Oh, was it Pinot
Grigio? Either way,
Pinot Grigio.
Never a white on a Thursday night is a bad idea.
Yeah, I've done that.
But I want to fucking die on the Friday. Nope, not doing that.
I did most of the bottle, and if you remember, I started putting tonic in as well.
Yeah, I did the end of the bottle when we were talking at the end of the show. So yeah, fuck that. Richard, talking to you. You're next. What are you vaping on? What are you drinking?
Ooh, okay, drinking. This is from the back of the cupboard, as they say. A bit of random selections. I didn't go today. This is Morrison's The Best. Part of their
The Best. What
part
is
of
it?
their The Best line. This is American Pale Ale.
I bet it's pretty all right.
Exclusively brewed by Oakham Ales.
What's it like? What percentage is that?
4.5.
Sort of sessiony, kind of.
Yeah, American Pale. It's actually it's fallen to the back due to little expectation. I tell you what, though, it's actually a nice drop.
I'm not surprised if it's in there. That's their posh bit, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I guess.
I mean, Morrison's posh bit, like Sainsbury's regular, but it's still...
it was 8 pence, that bottle. No, I don't know. I think it was a gift. It must have been a gift.
It must have been a gift. It's 8p and you're a Yorkshireman. You'd never spend 8p on a beer.
Yeah, maybe I went halves with someone. Yeah, so that is actually surprisingly good. So I'm quite happy with that. Vaping on this evening for the last time before it makes its way north. The Rave Mini from 67 Mods and Stimmy, not Stimpy, Mark Todd.
I think you should send that south, not north.
Hey, I'll tell you what, it was a Bagsy situation. Bagsy, and on top of that, I've got the Creek RDA from Atmizu. Absolutely brilliant RDA. This, I can't believe how.
That's so dinky.
Yeah, crazy. What have I still, look at this compared to the topside dual.
Jeez.
I love doing that. Yeah, it's crazy dinky. But the RDA is really cool as well. It's got mouth to lung mode or direct to lung mode, 22mm. Really cool RDA. This, it's flown massively under the radar. The Creek RDA from Atmizu. I'm really enjoying it. So there we go. So that is that. Dug out a few things just because I just wanted to vape my own stuff tonight. So I've got the Dreamer. Still think this is as good as any high-end mech out there, tube mech wise. The Dreamer from Times Vape with the Drop Dead on top. In there I've got this one from Just Adnick.
Good man.
Digging away on that. And as well, again, just for grins, I'm busy tonight. I'm working. So I thought I would have a little sub-tank and mod situation. Crown V4 kit. I think the mod's called the Checkmate. I know it is because I've reviewed it. And in there I've got Pearl from Black Box. In there, again, available from justadnick.co.uk. So that's what's in there. Oh, it's Turk.
Turk from Jay.
Turk in the Creek.
Nice.
Turk in the Creek. If I'm going low wattage, I like the nostalgic tobacco-esque vapes. Yeah, so Turk from James in there. So nice little combo. And that is what I'm vaping on this evening. Brad.
Hello.
What are you drinking whilst babysitting? And what are what are you vaping?
I am drinking whiskey, cheap whiskey, but it gets the job done.
The thing with whiskey is you could have said the highest of high end.
I could have, but I'm honest. I'm the only honest South African, apparently.
No, not racist. That's what we say. Didn't mention anything about honesty.
I'm pleading the fifth. I'm not even going down that road. It's a slippery path. And I am vaping on my VG mod. There you go. You can see the little VG there. And fluid audio. And I did see pictures in the fluid group this week. Someone put a vertical coil in the fluid audio. And I can say I didn't get it right. So I'm still running with the sideways one. I will endeavour, and maybe next week I'll be vaping vertical.
Did you say you didn't get it right when you did it?
No, not at all. I cocked it up.
It's one of those, once you've got it down, though, it's fucking easy. Very slow.
It very well might be, but all I tasted was roasted cotton.
Ah, yes.
I don't get vertical. I really don't get vertical coils. I mean, obviously, some addies you've got to have a vertical coil because it's running straight down. But if you've got the option of a horizontal coil, even in vertical addies, like we SAT 22, I would run dual wicks with a U.
In a SAT 22. Oh, what with you do a U on a Genesis?
I do a U because you can put dual coils in there. I'd much rather have the kind of coil horizontal, slightly in between. It's kind of above one of the catch screws or whatever. But it's I think it works better than. I really don't see the point. The air's hitting at the same, but you get two wicks worth of.
But as you say, there are, what I'm trying to think of specifics. Fuck me, it's gone out of my head.
I mean, every Jenny out there, you've got to put.
What was the cotton Jenny? No, I'm thinking of
next gen.
No.
Oh, the Origeny.
Origeny, and the Origin before that as an RDA and then as an RTA. Vertical's the only way to go. Anyway, rambling. We're not meant to challenge it.
In that,
sorry, Brad.
In that, I am vaping Dandelion and Burdock from Just Adnick.
Drum and bass.
And I still haven't moved the stickers so the label's visible properly.
Fucking one. It's your bottle.
I'll draw the label on it somewhere. And guess what? That is 16 minutes, and no one guessed 16 minutes in chat. So, chat.
Yeah, so F you, chat.
But
Speaking of chat, we should say hi to chat. Ali's in there, Trev's in there, Matt's in there, Derry said hi to us all as well.
after saying fuck off the chat,
I said F you. I meant fluffy udders. All right. There's no hiding that. Dom's in there, Keith's in there, Andrew's in there. Welcome everyone to chat. Don't forget to smash that like button in chat. 100 odd of you in there. I don't see 100 likes below this video, so sort that out.
Smash.
If you're watching on catch up and you hear us referring to Facebook, strongly advise you to check out our Facebook. There's a link in the description. Go along and join in our Facebook group. And the people in live chat, I strongly recommend you switch the chat in the top from highlighted chat to top chat. Change it to top chat, then you don't miss any messages that are coming in. So there we go. Everyone's in there. Sorry to the people I didn't say hi to, but Stu's in there. Brad's chatting away as well. We're all in there, so all good times. Okay, what's the first news item?
I think we're going to go back to you, Richard, with Darren Fuller.
Oh yeah, so this week on the Facebook group, we thought we would throw to the group a bit to check the hive mind to find out what you guys want to talk about. And so various questions and topics came up on chat, a lot of ridiculous ones, as you would expect on our group. Yep. That's because of the way we operate. No problems with that. But Darren Fuller did ask quite an interesting one. Darren Fuller said, a question I got asked last night, is high-end dead? So Biggie, is high-end dead, chaps?
No.
Not even close.
I tell you one thing. It has, yes, correct. Go on, Brad. Go on.
Oh no, that's my statement. It's changed.
That's exactly
how
what I was
it's
going to
changed. I can't even elaborate because
I completely agree. The classification, I think, has massively changed in the last.
Do you really
10 months.
Go for it. Where have you moved your pricing?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think because there's so many decent, affordable items now, and people have been vaping so long at this point, I think people have made a very conscious decision now about what they're prepared to pay, what they're prepared to seek out. So for example, like this Crown kit is a sub-tank. We'd have sniffed at this 2 years ago.
I still do.
No, I'm not saying it's high-end. Let me go through. This is a very, very nice vape. It's a sub-tank. It's from China, etc. And I reckon you can get the kit for 50, 55, 60 quid, something like that. And a lot of people are saying, this is all I need. I'm happy. This is great. And then there's the people that know that this is good, know that this is still really good, but they're still willing to double that and get a Lost Vape mod. Mm-hmm. And I think the tiers have lowered slightly, and I think you can almost put Lost Vape in that higher end now in terms of what people are prepared to go for. There's less Lost Vape mods out there. They use the best board in the business.
Is it because the low end, like historically what we'd call the low end, has not reduced? It's gone. When with like £5 RDAs are gone, really. Because it used to be clones, 99p or a quid from Alibaba, and people would order 10 clones, whereas that's really gone. So low has become middle.
Yeah.
And middle has expanded dramatically. High because we've spoken about this many times on the show, and we've spoken about it between ourselves as well, which is it's great to see the innovation there is in high end, but it would be great to see that expanded. We know the customer base is there. I mean, Hellfire prove it all the time. EVL prove it all the time. Can't say it. Prove it all the time. That's only atomizers, but mods certainly. There's movement in it. The king of high end, James.
Hardly. But high end has definitely changed. We've lost quite a few. We have lost quite a few in the change over. And like Rich mentioned, it is a lot to do with China. I think it's a lot to do with China. It's the fact that original, affordable, decent gear is readily available, and you don't need people don't necessarily need that because I mean, I don't think clones have gone. Clones haven't gone at all. It's still a massive thing. Lots of people still buy them. Fastec is still well and truly alive and kicking and churning out many clones. There's probably at least one every single day, and people are buying them. People are still buying them, and Fastec is still selling them, and so are GearBest and all them other places. And there's probably more places to buy them than there ever was.
Like clones? Yeah, but I think the market's. I think it's drastically reduced. I know when I've spoken to people in bricks and mortar stores. Well, Tom said it. People don't ask like they used to. People don't ask.
Yeah. I think you're absolutely right. I think there is definitely, but there's still a percent. There is the original quality gear coming out of China has affected both ends of that spectrum. Both ends massively. It's affected high end and it's affected the snides.
Absolutely.
You can't blame them because it is some quality gear, and there is innovation there. It's not always innovative, but there is innovation there, and there is. For every 10 produced, there is at least one that is a cracker. But yeah, it's not good. It's by far gone. You mentioned KHW. You mentioned the Dwarf and KHW. That is, people are still getting just today or butthurt about the fact that they cannot get one of them. And that to me sums up high end, is that you cannot get that chisel. It's the stuff that people want and you can't get your hands on it. And that it kind of, for me, sums up what true high end is. It's chasing gear. It's not just the price tag. It's the fact that it is sought after by a certain group of people, and
you can see
KHW doing that right now,
weirdly,
as well as other people, as well as many other people.
If you step back and if we looked at the chat, what's happening in chat is actually really is what's happening really. People are saying, some people are saying no, it's live and well. Some people are saying, it's died right off after blah 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 blah. But it's always been peaks and troughs. It always has. Like, think of mech mods, where towards the end of last year they boomed again. It was really weird.
And people paying, like, I know it's not to do with prices, but people paying crazy money for these really nice mechs, you know. Yeah,
and second-hand mechs. Back in the day, mechs people were paying for them. And will it go round again? Yeah, it will. It will go round again. And the other thing is, somebody is. Whenever materials change in wicking, or when somebody thinks of a new airflow or something, they evolve and they move. And I think there's plenty of. I
think that material evolution was also very clear when squonking took off. Mm-hmm. It almost started with your traditional 3D printer. And there were a couple guys doing that really well. And all of a sudden, SLA 3D printing, laser 3D printing became easily accessible and cheaper than it was. And then there was a massive boom, myself included, with the Alamard, the Polymard squonkers. And that, it brought a lot of new faces in. It brought a lot to the high-end market, where it's a completely new material for everyone to use. That floated for 18 months. That's probably the longest sort of sustained boom I've seen.
Yeah.
Well, somebody just mentioned the Skyline's 2 years old.
Dino in chat, he said, look at the Skyline RTA, 400 sold the other day in 5 minutes, and it's 2 years old.
Yep. And then weirdly, but then above that, somebody had said Dominic had said second-hand prices are through the floor. Go on then, sell a Skyline.
Yeah, it just depends what the gear is. Just depends what the gear is. If you're in a position where you can just keep all of your gear, then absolutely keep all of your gear, because all it needs is for a couple of influencers or whatever to really dig it. And if you're in the right groups and you're seeing that thing, and all of a sudden you want it, and then somebody else wants it, and then what you bought last week for less than production price is now worth RRP again, and it's crackers. It's absolutely
classic
crackers.
example. End of last year, everyone suddenly wanted a SAT. Everyone suddenly wanted a NEMI or a PAPS, and you were giving those away at the start of the year. The end of the year.
It was
hot
really
topic
weird.
again.
The SAT
So
mods,
it goes round. 18350s, little move on those now as well.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
batteries have improved. So there we go. So yeah, so I think it's alive and well. I think it's in transition though. Maybe looking for the next gimmick, the next fad, the next, like Mech Squonking had its 12 months. Maybe looking to see which one the next. But I think it's going well.
Yeah. Mark Elliott says the Skype line cape's no different from any other RTA, and it doesn't. If you just get the cape over, little tie round, beautiful, absolutely.
Damn that autocorrect,
James, I think it's you, Honey Jim.
Okay. Let's. We've got pictures. This is the show title. This is exciting.
Headline news.
It is kind of the headline news. This is something I saw. Maybe it's 10 days ago now. But obviously, I had internet problems last week, and I was going to bring you a little bit of information last week, but it wasn't officially out. These have dropped. So this is the crypto mod from New Mods. So they've dropped the first, I think, 10 have sold in the midnight edition. They reckon people have been getting them today and yesterday. People have been getting them, and they are beautiful. Have we got pics up there, Rich?
Pics going up right now, yeah.
Beautiful. So we've got a few. I can't see what's actually going on. So I'll give you a little bit of background.
Watch it on my phone.
Yeah, you need to watch it on your phone. So these are from a brand new, not a brand new model, but from a brand new company, which is U-Mods, which is Greg Bracuna. You might know Greg from. I mean, he's pretty famous in the old high end. We're talking about high end in a high end game.
Greg from
Vapeware Mods.
From Vapeware,
From Vapeware, absolutely. Greg from Vapeware. He does say hi. He said hi, John. When I was speaking to him, he said,
"Oh, I do love Greg."
Say hi to John. He's a big Genesis fan. He's been in the game for about 7 or 8 years. He's been vaping, and this is his new company. Like I say, you'll know him from Vapeware Mods, but he's also, he's a Greek modder, and he has collaborated or certainly consulted with a lot of the high end people in Greece. So you might not necessarily know his name, but you definitely know his gear. So this is the crypto from New Mods, and it's a beautiful. It's an 18.
The black's up at the moment on the screen.
It's lovely. The black is that's Black Juma. And that's called the Midnight Edition. They're the ones that have gone out. There's going to be 2 editions so far. There's going to be the black, and there is going to be Starboard ones. The black ones are going to go on lists, and the Starboard ones are going to be sold individually, as you can well imagine. Because obviously you can't just go, I want a Starboard one, and then you get any old Starboard. You're going to get the one that you see on screen. They're going to be individual sales. So it's a side by side 18350 handcrafted MOSFET mod, made in either wood or black tumor. All parts except for the MOSFET and the wood are produced in Greece, so it's all made in Greece. It's going to take up to a 24mm ATI, and it's got an auto adjusting 510, made in Greece. The spring, it's a spring-loaded one, and the spring is quite, according to Greg, the spring is quite strong, so you're going to be able to make little micro adjustments. So you've got a side by side. You want to be able to line your airflow up and that sort of thing. That's going to be possible with this, which is without losing conductivity. It's a click FET MOSFET with LED on the mod's bottom, so that it's actually the actual LEDs in the base. It looks dead cool. I've seen that. Demoed today or yesterday, and it looks aces. So it's got an on-off function, low voltage indication, reverse polarity protection, and timeout protection, which is, I think, it's all you want from a click.
Perfect.
Just to mention, they put the battery in upside down, so positive down. Get a matching drip tip included. Have we got the actual the presentation thing? The presentation that comes in is just absolutely beautiful. That was the last one. Lovely. So you've got you get a whole case. You get a box with in the boxes. You get a matching drip tip. You get a leather case with a kind of a soft interior, custom case built just for that particular mod, and then you get the mod itself. And prices. Now they're not cheap. These are being marketed as kind of a high-end replacement or a pod system, which is kind of where I think these what you've got there with the 67 mod, the Rave Mini, I think that's kind of in the same sort of thing. This is a little bit more expensive than that, but the materials used are a little bit more expensive as well. So it is. The Midnight Edition, which is the Black Juma, is €340, including your PayPal fees. And the Starboard editions are going to be 370 to 390, depending on the wood used, including PayPal fees. So they're not cheap. They're not cheap at all. But
that's James, because I hadn't even clicked to me that it was Greg. I've been kind of I've been friends with Greg for I don't even know, 4 years or something like that. Vapeware mods and the work that Greg did with Vapeware mods and the work that he's done in the Vapeware mod. He's a really incredibly nice guy. He's also one of the only Greeks who pays their fucking taxes. So there is tax on that.
Where's the dump button?
He fucking pays it because it is a massive. It was like a big joke on Vapeware mods, but it was totally true. They actually pay their fucking taxes. Just to speak to the character of Greg, he's such a nice man, such a nice guy, and anything that he's doing, I wholeheartedly say is good. It just will be. He just is.
That mod, following on from the discussion we just had about the industry and high end, that answers the question.
Yeah, they won't struggle to get rid of those.
No, I know there's people pushing back in chat, but you're kidding yourself, Dalgo. Yeah.
No, the first 10 went out.
Yeah, go on. And they'll keep going.
And like James said, and we'll cover it next week, 67 mods have a version very similar to that coming out, which will be on slightly bit below that. So if that is slightly too steep, then there will be alternatives. There
is absolutely an alternative there from 67 mod, and the list just dropped. Speaking of 67 mods, and John having the mini dwarf, the dwarf 16. There's actually going to be a version with a 16-inch adapter to allow you to, and you can buy a dwarf 16 with it. But we'll get to that next week. This week is all about the crypto. Really, the crypto is what we're talking about, and it is. I think it is pure luxury. I think that's the bottom line. It's the high end of the high end. It is the materials used. It's all handmade in Greece, and the presentation. It's going to be one of them things where you get it, you open it up, and that's part of the experience of of buying that sort of kit. Is you're getting all them bits and bobs. I mean, I know people are going to be in chat or whatever. I haven't got chat up. I don't.
Oh, they are. They're pushing back.
Yeah. I'm sure they are about that price. Look online to try and buy a custom leather case for a mod that you love. You're looking at nearly £100 for a custom leather case. Regardless, I mean, this is only going to be a small one. It doesn't matter whether it's not the leather used. It's not where the money goes in a custom leather case. It's the fact that it's handmade. Specifically.
It's everything. I don't even think it needs defending. To be fair, we're not talking about something that somebody's bought and they're trying to flip or whatever. That's the price, and the price is what the market.
The price is what the price is. And like you say, when I was speaking to Greg, it's funny you're saying about paying his taxes. He was mentioning he's like you need to mention the price because I don't want people kind of. I want you to manage people's expectations, sort of thing, because the price is what it is. But he actually mentioned the taxes in Greece are so high.
I know, but it's this joke. But it's totally true. When I said it, I wasn't being racist. It's totally true. They pay the taxes. They pay their taxes, which is not usual, but they pay their taxes.
So what do we all think? What do we all think about that? Then
I think it's great. Obviously, I'll back anything that Greg touches. He's superb. On my honeymoon, I bought an atomizer for a friend of James. James knows him, and he's a friend of mine too. Paul Watley. He was after a Vapeware Mods atomizer, and I was on my honeymoon eating breakfast, and they came up, and I went, "Oh God!" and I bought it. And then about 2 seconds later, Greg said, "You bought another one?" No, it's not for me. It's for my friend. But I'm on my honeymoon.
No, I think it's stunning, and I think it's bang on point with current trends.
Yep.
No, I think it's good.
I think it's great.
Sexy. I love the symmetry. When you look straight down it, I love the symmetry, the curves on that symmetry. It's a beautiful mod. It's a really, really sexy bit of kit.
Yep. The black is astonishing.
Yeah. Yeah.
With all side by sides, the one thing I would say is I'd like to see more, and it'll happen. It's very soon, I'm sure. I'd like to see more picks with more different tanks.
Yeah.
Just to see.
I mean, there is a few because I mean I uploaded those a couple of days ago, but because they're landing today and yesterday, there is obviously people using different mods. But when I first saw it with the 2 mil dwarf in there, and it almost kind of sits flush. And I just thought, wow, that is something else there. Like it's absolutely something else. But yeah, cushy. Okay, let's go over to I think it's Brad. It's Brad now.
Is it me already?
Yeah,
Brad, who sorted out his prize 6 minutes before the show.
Richard, if you will kindly please upload the 3rd place. This was show it. Upload
No, go on, explain what I'm going to show.
Okay, cool. So last week's show we had a random question about what 2 animals we would combine. I thought it was hilarious, and I completely lost control and pissed myself laughing. And
it was a great thread.
And I thought, well, I'll throw it up as a thread and see what the homies can do in Photoshop. And John volunteered a bottle of...
Not a bottle, a kit. Any Casadega.
Any Casadega kit to the first prize winner. And we're now going to run through those. Are we ready?
Okay. Yep, number 3.
Number 3, this is from Alex Keenan, and it is a pugilla. It's the head of a pug on the body of a gorilla.
It's an incredible match, like
I will say,
fur-wise, and
my wife was a massive fan.
Even face-wise, the whole geometry of the face, it may as well be borderline gorilla to begin with. Really enjoyed that one.
Is that definitely Photoshop?
It very well might just be an ugly gorilla,
or a pug that's been like pinned there.
Who is that then? Sorry,
that's Alex Keenan.
Top effort.
And
it's very good.
2nd place from Mr. Goodchild himself.
Ooh,
came very close to winning, just because it combined one of my favourite meats, bacon, with a kitten. So we have a bacon kitten now.
A bacon kitten.
Yeah.
I'm waiting.
Yeah, I haven't seen this either.
It's my favourite species.
Oh my goodness!
The hairless cat.
I hate that cat so much.
I've always wanted a hairless cat, and I want to call it Schmeckel, which is Yiddish for foreskin.
Yeah.
But that's because I'm a twisted mess. Moving swiftly along.
So you'd love to stroke that cat.
To our first prize winner, who's won himself the prize from our darling John. I'm not even sure if I'm pointing in the right direction.
You are actually on mine anyway.
You're either there or there.
No, I'm down from you actually. I just read.
Steve or Cousin Steve, not really sure.
Cuz Steve.
And that is with the long-haired Blythe Marmoset. Just he twisted the rules, I will admit, but it was the best. That animal has to exist somewhere in the world. That one wins.
That's my new profile picture there. That's absolutely love it.
So, Cuz Steve, if you just send me a PM saying what nicotine strength you want and your address, and I'll get it in the post for you. Any Casadega, so it can only be mine, can only be one, and can only be reserved. I'll get it over to you.
Awesome, well done, Steve.
Sweet.
I love it.
I've got to go see to a crying baby. I'll be there.
Go.
I think we're back with Richard.
Oh, really? Have you had a go yet, John?
Yep, but it's the script as it's used.
Okay, cool. Let's do it then. Okay, back to me. Okay, another question from the group from earlier today. David Childs asks, what flavours in e-liquid never work for you? For me, it's caramel. Always tastes of burnt toast to me. John,
I've got one.
you were saying similar before we came on.
Yeah, but no, it's the one that really is. It is not really in vogue anymore. It is RY4. Like, I don't know if anyone remembers RY4.
What do you mean remembers RY4?
Well, that's not RY4. That's not the same thing, because it was not like that. Like it.
Yeah, I've got many RY4s. Yeah.
Oh, it was that liquid smoke tobacco caramel.
Yeah.
But it was the smoke thing. It's the only I've tried, obviously doing what I do. I've tried fucking hundreds of liquids, but that was one drag, and my body went. Oh, there was another one. Somebody gave me a mango, which was unbelievable once. Do you know, I threw it in the bin before I'd exhaled, and I didn't even know I'd done it. I went back. It was in the bin before I'd even done anything with it. But the RY4, like consistently horrific. The smells of its tastes to me of, you know, when you open some computer equipment brand new and you cut the seal.
How can you not like that smell and taste, John?
I don't want to taste it. The smell, fine. You're like, yeah, new equipment.
You're not licking that new equipment.
A little lick, yeah, but
yeah,
not an inhale.
Num 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 num.
There you go, Todd. Yeah, RY5 and RY6 is what he went with. So I'm only 2 off. James, what's yours?
Yeah, you're a mixologist, James. Coming at it from a different angle.
I tell you what, I've never, and I love it. I love popcorn, but I've never had a decent popcorn vape. I've tried loads of concentrates that always have. To me, they always taste like that. Few minutes after you've been sick, they've got that. So there's something about that. I kind of get away with popcorns. I love real popcorn and savoury things. I've tried a few savoury vapes. And I'd love for a savoury vape to be actually good. I'd love to have a beefy vape or whatever. You know, like where you get crisps. I'd like crisps to be available in a vape. I'd like a cheese and onion vape, or like a salt and vinegar vape, or just a ready solid. That would be awesome. That would be absolutely awesome.
Some great answers coming through in chat as well. Stuff that you even forgotten.
Go on, John, read some out.
Oh, grapefruit, somebody mentioned, which is a difficult one to not taste like the smell of BO. It's really difficult to avoid the BO.
A lot of the fruit ones back in the day were really chemically as well.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was just going to say, actually, cherry back in the day always tasted like the smell of burning plastic. It was just... somebody, Dave Wright, hate all tobaccos. Mark Selby, pretty good. Chocolate e-liquid, a straight chocolate is bad. We don't do any. Just I think maybe one day somebody will absolutely get it. If it's a hint, that's not the same thing. Kokomo by Coil Vapes was lots of things mixed together which avoided this direct cocoa thing. And the other one is fucks your coil. Dean Feeney, 99% of tobacco liquids taste like damp cardboard. I think that's probably true back in the day, a bit more than it is now. 2 people have said mango.
My thing on this was, you know, like Lynx, the body sprays.
The body sprays.
They have loads of different varieties, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Some of them actually smell like BO, which completely defeats the point of them, right? I think.
Well, then you're definitely not going to smell, are you? Because you already smelled before you left the house.
It definitely defeats the point of masking that BO. I think certain juices always taste like a dry hit, which again defeats the. It's like certain like caramelly ones do a bit. You sometimes get glaze, such and such with glaze, like a glazed donut. Sometimes that has a little bit of a burnt taste to it. Some of the fancy tobaccos sometimes, and so I don't like juices where I'm going, was that a dry hit? So I've had a few like that I've never got on with. And then, like I said before, Like I remember years and years ago, strawberry always just tasted really chemical, like the sweets, not like an actual strawberry. Some of them are a bit better now, but
I think they've got a bit better about how to try to judge things, judge what to put in things. Mark Selby, just because I mentioned mango, has said, I bet they've had zing as well. There you go. You gave it away, Mark, not me. There's the other. See, James will probably get this more than it's just me and you, mate. Just me and you.
Okay.
There are certain flavours in mixology that have been lent on so much in the industry that you can pick it out straight away. If somebody sends me a sample and I'll take a drag, I know exactly what that fundamental thing is. I know what every other mango is. I do know what that flavour is. Really horny mango, which was really popular the year before last.
Yep.
And that, the concentrate used in that has been overused so much now.
It's the only good mango, though.
It's not. It's fucking awful. It tastes like
horny mango is amazing.
Oh god, I fucking hated it.
And do you know which concentrate company that one is?
Yeah, I do.
Hangson.
Yes.
Yeah, amazing. I didn't even know that they went all the way back to the concentrates.
Oh, unfortunately. Who else? Green Apple by Capella, which was lent on massively about 3 years ago. Everything Green Apple by Capella was fucking everywhere. The classic Vanilla Custard by Capella.
Yeah, is it Vanilla 2 or something like that? Something 2.
Vanilla 1 and Vanilla 2.
There's a V2 as well, yeah.
Yeah, V1 and V2. Once you know those flavours, once you know them like fundamentally, as soon as you taste something, you go, I know what that is. There's nothing wrong with using a touch of one. Like I've known apple, so something's been apple and another flavour, but the apple's actually 3 different apples in the mix, because that's how you round it out. Because if you there was a fucking horrible one by Capella a few years ago called Orange Creamsicle.
Oh yeah,
God Almighty, it's fucking awful. And not only that is it shit. So many people pretended they'd invented something. They go, I've got a really nice one. It's like an orange ice cream. You go, please don't send it to me. No, it's really. And I go, I know what it is. I know exactly what the fucking that is. Don't send it.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of the creamy ones from a couple of different manufacturers. They've got a bite in your nose that you instantly recognise and you remember and you can identify almost immediately.
Yeah, but there's nothing. I will say I'm not knocking the fact that I'm not knocking Flavour Art, Capella, or any of these the manufacturers because people do that, and it's the combination that makes something great. It's not getting the straight concentrate from somewhere and then telling and trying to sell it, because in the bit of the vaping world where we are, that won't work. Somebody will know that flavour. Somebody will go, I know what that is.
Yeah.
Straight away. Yeah.
Yep. Good question though.
Good question.
I like that
Jay,
sort of stuff.
you've got a myrrh of Polly.
Yeah. I haven't uploaded pictures. And we'll probably leave this till next week. Probably.
Okay.
I've asked for more information. I haven't getting more information. And until I get more information, I haven't.
Teasers.
Give us a teaser. What's it called? Because I fucked the name up on purpose.
The Polymer Ambition vape tool.
Ooh, good teaser.
It looks really good. It looks really cushy, Brad. What a few more little bits of information.
That's two guaranteed nuggets of stuff already for next week.
Somebody just reminded me of something in chat which I didn't even mention because I didn't even think of it. Coffee flavour vapes. I fucking love coffee. I absolutely love it. Really, really do. I fucking hate coffee vapes. They are horrific. I've never had one that tastes anything like it. Always tastes like a cup of coffee your nana to make. Like 3 grains of coffee, a pint of milk, and 18 sugars. That is.
It's a cup of coffee your nan made 6 hours ago.
Yeah.
It's been sitting on the coffee table.
And they put it in the sink, and it got jammed in the U-bend, and you poured it out and drank it anyway.
Yeah, that's it.
I agree.
Give me the heebie-jeebies.
That was Mark Elliott mentioned barista brews. And I thought, oh yeah, that is fucking awful. Brad, I think you're going with something.
I certainly am. We've all been following legislation in America, and
Loving it.
It's always been crap. It's always been FDA this and children, schools that. And finally, I have some sort of news from an American state.
They've always been against. They've always been the other way.
That's just fucking weird. In a good way, though. Because of the way the tobacco lobby bullshit happens there, they can't ban smoking. But the governor has found a possible loophole and has proposed something entirely new. And they plan on, year by year, elevating the minimum age required to buy cigarettes. And the plan is by 2024, in 5 years' time, if the legislation passes, they want to raise the legal smoking age to 100 years old.
I really wanted it to be
Thereby,
1 year. I really wanted it to be 1 year because, like, you imagine if you're 17 now and the legal smoking age was 18, and it changed the week before to 19. Oh, damn it!
You're fucked.
And then the next year it was 20. You know, fuck you! By the end of it, if they fucked up 1 year, you'd just be like, oh yeah, that's shit.
They plan. I think they've got the highest existing age at 21. Is the current age for smoking. They plan on next year raising it to 30. So 2020 to be 30 already.
They
40
won't.
year after.
Think of the tax.
They obviously aren't under that tax cloud, are they? The money must go elsewhere. They don't see it, or else they're not.
No, I reckon they're under the tax cloud and they won't get it because
I think the chances of them getting it are so far, but it's the most.
Be 3 really smug blokes in the whole place.
Yeah,
they're 100, 101, 103. They'll have their own little club. Either that, or they'll be millionaires from selling Mon.
Yeah, and he's sitting there on their surfboard in the middle of the ocean having a fag.
They should definitely be allowed to smoke wherever they want. If it's at 100, you should just be allowed to smoke wherever you like. No rules. You can just in a restaurant, in funeral parlor. Yeah. I don't care where it is. You just
with a collection plate.
If you live to be 100, you should be able to fucking smoke crack cocaine or smoke some fucking heroin for all I care. You earned it.
It's yours.
Yeah, get your fill at 100 for sure.
Yeah,
mind you won't last long.
No, but you're 100. You're not going to last long anyway.
To be 100. They lost.
That was my little bit.
That's quality, yeah. Quality, I love it. Keep an eye on that, Brad. I want to see.
I will, and if it passes, we will come up with a challenge of some or other sort.
I think Hugh is safe. It's me, isn't it? News. It's kind of I'm trying to lean on. I've kind of gone through the ins and outs of this, but I think we've got to talk about it. It's been doing the rounds. Texas man dies after vape pen explosion severs artery to brain. When they say severs artery to brain, I thought it had gone that way, but they didn't mean that. They've been there.
Yeah.
I was thinking
that's the carotid artery.
Yes, it was the carotid artery. Yeah. But well, anyway, I wouldn't have called that an artery to your brain, but I mean it is. But
yeah,
so gone back would have been better. Anyway, a 24-year-old man of Fort Worth, Texas, has died after a vape pen he was using exploded in his face and severed an artery to his brain, according to the Tarrant County Medical Examiner. The incident, a growing number of devastated. This gives you I think that the chance of a vape pen exploding and cutting your carotid artery, I think it's got to be in the realms of less than 1 in 20 million. So I think you'd be all right. William Brown died. It was dreadful. William Brown died on January 29th, according to the medical examiner's records. The cause of death is listed as penetrating trauma from exploding vaporizer pen. The Fort Worth Telegram spoke to the man's grandmother, Alice Brown, who explained the explosion occurred in the parking lot of a local vaporizer store just moments after he had purchased the vape pen.
Not a pen, then.
Yeah, what I will say is from now, we're kind of parts of it are filtering through. It was, according to sources, it was a mech. According to sources, it wasn't. This is quite. The one thing I will say is this is quite important, actually. When I was thinking about pissing around with this, I did think some. According to sources, he was hitting the button again and again and getting nothing, and nothing was happening. Well, something was happening, which was it was building to a thermal runaway. I was just the one important. Let me take the piss or talk about it. If you're using a mech, I haven't got one, but if you're using a mech and you hit the button, you hit the button on the bottom, whatever, and nothing happens, like everything's there, your atomizer there, and nothing happens when you press the button. Don't continue to press the button. Work out what the problem is, because there's something wrong. It's one of those weird things.
So he was on a mech tube.
Yeah, mech tube. Yes, it's still.
the other little nugget in there as well is if the mech tube allows it, point the positive down.
I wouldn't do that. I'm going to say the other way, because
but it's fired up at him, hasn't it?
Yeah, maybe.
Unless he's been going, the article I read said that he bought a notorious, or I can't remember the word that they used, but I read there's been a notoriously
exploding.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a few in the past, and we've had a few in the past that have been that have caused shorts.
I like that, known for its explosion.
Yeah.
This one I'll take a 22 RDA. Oh, excellent! It might blow up in your face.
What's it called? The cherry bomb. Was it the cherry picker? Cherry bomb.
Way old. Yeah.
I mean, that's all. But the article I read said it was like a notoriously dangerous potential pipe bomb, and that was what I read. I don't know
why, but I've got an Australian accent in my head now. I'm like, here, right, mate, Jordan, it's fucking notorious. You might blow your fucking head off. I'll have two.
Obviously, we're not laughing at the gentleman in question.
No, it's incredibly sad that anybody.
It's the reporting of it, which is always a bit of a nightmare, and just throwing in a few little sort of experienced things on it. Really, if your mech is not firing, stop everything. Remove the battery and start looking at all the possibilities.
Some very, very simple safety tips.
I've seen
someone told him would have saved his life.
Yeah, there's loads of.
But also, let's not buy a new, and let's not sell a new starter and mech mod. Let's start there. Let's not do that.
100%. The shop has to really look at itself. And
do you feel
that's? I mean, it's advanced users, very advanced users only.
Do you feel that it has become? I don't even think it's. I think it's undeniable. I think it's going to be a bullshit question, but I'm going to go with it. When I first started vaping, when all of us did, we've all been doing it quite a long time. Loads of little silly things, but we were terrified of everything. If you accidentally drip like 12 milligram liquid on your finger, you were like, "Whoa, I'm not going to hospital. Just wash it off." Whereas now I'd be like, "Strawberry." And when we first got on Mega, when it first started building, and you got so precise, and I kind of know. Obviously, I know what I'm doing now. But I remember having a little ohm checker. I'd always check everything before I put it on, anything at all. Flick it on, flick it off. Yep, okay, pop it on. And we were really, really serious. And I don't know if we've become. There's a laziness when you buy a pre-built coil or something.
The more mainstream anything becomes, the more complacent people they come to it.
Absolutely.
I think
But let's build a scenario where that's possible. What happened, right? And I think that's an easily buildable disaster for somebody who doesn't know what they're talking about.
That's the problem.
Right. So the battery in the shop was the guy who worked there's battery. It was abused time and time again. We've proven and we've spoken to Mooch many times about this. Batteries don't fail unless they're abused. If you bought a brand new battery and you charged it up and you shorted it, it won't do that. It won't go into thermal runaway, or it might vent, and it might not, but it won't go into thermal because it just won't. So, as he just bought that battery, let's kind of work through that and say, okay, that battery maybe wasn't new, or it maybe wasn't the correct chemistry, whatever. So he's done that.
Had it been charged?
Had it been charged, yeah, it could have been dead.
Because some of them come out of the box at 3.1, 3.2.
Yeah, which is well under for
it could have been
2.5 if it had been in storage for long enough.
Yeah.
It could have been that the person in the vape shop when he put the screws in, he sheared a bit of wire and it went down the inside of the leg.
Or not enough protrusion on the 510.
Yeah. There's so many problems because you all know these answers to this and you all wouldn't keep pressing the button. And it would have heated up incredibly fast. I do have a bit of an issue with the top cap come off. As James said, you might flip it. There's so many variables in what happened because a venting battery, if you got hit in the head, don't forget it's still pushing away from you. It doesn't make much sense. And to gain the momentum from here to here, to be fast enough to penetrate your neck, would have to be doing 300 miles an hour. Which is
it's shrapnel from it. The mod itself wouldn't be capable of it. It's
nothing vented; it just exploded. Yeah.
But just to touch on what Richard said earlier, in the shop needs to have a good think and check themselves. As a modder, in the modders gallery, actually, one of the shows in Birmingham, there were two young guys, early 20s, who came up to buy one of my skonkers from me. They bought it, paid for it, and then asked me to help them coil an RDA they just bought. And in the discussion with them, realized they were completely incapable of, they'd never vaped. They had no knowledge whatsoever. I had their mod in my hand and I put it back in the counter, I pulled the cash up, gave them the cash back, said, listen, I'll teach you what you need to know, but you do not get a mech today. You cannot, on day one of vaping, think that you can start with a mech. There's no one can know or understand the risk from day one. If you start with a mech, you're too blasé about the potential risk to what we do to batteries on a day-to-day basis. Sorry, my little...
No, completely.
No, you're fine.
Good man, Brad, good man.
Gary Dibley just said in chat, would it have got warm? There's this thing of, would it have got warm first? A non-abused battery that's going to go into venting, it's going to vent. We've spoken about this with Mooch on and off air. A non-abused battery that's going to vent will heat up dramatically.
But it could have heated up so dramatically it didn't have time to warm.
No, I'm getting there. That's what I'm getting to. If it was a non-abused battery and you were doing something daft with it, it will get hot across 30 seconds or 10 seconds. A battery in thermal runaway will go from 0 to fuck my god in a split second. Definitely, I totally agree, Richard. Once the reaction has begun,
you don't have the time to.
You are done. And I went through this twice with Mooch on air. There is no venting that will prevent the mod exploding in thermal runaway. It's going to happen. The likelihood is the battery will have expanded and covered those holes anyway. It won't make any difference, and it will explode. The point is to not get yourself into that position to begin with, and check your batteries and use use the fucking equipment that exists. And if you're not sure, buy a regulated mod, because you're nuts.
There's an element of protection with the regulated mod there.
And
there's a slight mind your Mars. He's got a new one out saying how safe is regulated vaping. You should go and have a watch of Mind Your Mars on YouTube.
Yep, good point. What's next? Is it Travava o'clock?
No, it's not quite Travava o'clock. We've still got a little bit more to do. It's great. It's back. Oh shit! No, I've got two, one after the other. Yeah, it's me. Oh, don't want to do that. Vaping is getting more popular in the US military. That is a thing that's been in the Military Times this week. But now they're worried that troops are vaping. I mean, fuck me, they must have been smoking before. Get a grip on reality. No praise. I put just bullshit. So I won't bother going into that. The great big Ideal Ohm Show raffle, if it's okay with James. We're going to start it tomorrow, the sale of tickets. You're up for that, James? You ready to get those tickets? I'm going to quickly run.
What would you mean if it's okay with James? Of course it's okay with James.
It's okay with James because it's a James and John production. Right, I'm going to ball the shit out of you and go quickly. I'm not going to ball the shit out of you. You can win these prizes. There are 50 chances to win. Wow. I'm going to go through them as quick as possible. Aurora Squonk Mod and Recurve, a Freehand S, 3 strawberry kits, strawberry fields, short fills, 2 refiller kits, a Phobia with an iOS door, Fortune Mods double stainless steel 18650, SBF, Nigel's new mod that nobody's kind of got one yet. There's one in the raffle. But there's actually even more clever than that. He's got a completely custom one that he's going to chuck in. A Bonza 1.5 SS and 120 mils of Curiosity, a Switch Vet Abstract Squonker, a Tippy Mod Squonker, a fully engraved Octopus Mod, a Salix with inserts and an Aspire feed link, an RR Impact, an H-Stone Plus Genesis Atomizer, a Custard Mod, and Haku. Mike Dacus, the man from Abstract Mods, is making us a mod. It's a custom mod. It's only for the raffle. He's doing that now, or now-ish. What the fuck am I? A K-Fun Prime and Steam Tuners, Wave Tank, Drop Dead RDA, and Aramizer V2 RDA, an Osrix 3D printed half, 3 Atty stands, 3 more Atty stands, a Vicious Ant Duke, a wooden build stand, and then the entire Curiosities range, a Puzzle Box Mod by My Box Mod, a Demon Eater mod with Flave Atomizer, a Caliper Concepts mod with Edge Type R Atomizer, an RM Squonk mod, a Leprechaun, a Lux Hybrid 18350, a Wismec Rulo Mini Kit, a Cyclone Crichton 24mm, a G-Prof Machete, the full Casadega range, and a CSM Clicker mod, Rings and Shiz, that is Beauty Rings and Shiz. Some short films. We're getting there. Visionary mod Cuter. Can't say it. A £50 handlebar voucher. Only that's from Titanium Magus and Titanium Achilles RDA, a TPD Rose 3, an ArcMech, an Experimizer V3, a Kira RDA and accessories, a Vapor Cloud Piglet Dual 18650 Series Mech, a Squee RDA by Proteus, a Revenant Delta Squonk mod, a Frankenskull Bones from the man who's running it himself, a Frankenskull Bones, which I will say is more than limited edition, a Rulo 200 watt special edition in bronze, 2 sets of the Jeffrey's Vintage Bakery range, and 3 tips hand turned of the winner's choice from Mental Mods. That is what is in the raffle.
Epic.
It's unbelievable, that, isn't it? Unbelievable. So you were talking about high end earlier. Bloody hell, you want to get in the high end to buy a couple of raffle tickets.
I was trying to work out the prize value so far, and I think we're topping $4,000.
Yeah,
so.
That's an insane prize list right there.
You can't even put a price to a couple of those things.
No, they don't exist. They literally don't exist. So when we were talking about £350 mods earlier in the show, there are at least like 2 or 3 in there that you can get for a £5. Tickets are going to go on sale tomorrow. They'll be £5 each. I've got one more quick news thing, and then we're going to go into Triumph Guitar Bar. Oh, it's a sneak peek that I haven't even released yet on Just Have Nick. But I'll tell you because you're the Omies. But Just Have Nick, as far as I know, are going to be the only retailers of the bubble tank for the Saver RTA after discussions with Richard. They're being made at the moment. As soon as I know when they're going to be out, you'll know, and I'll probably tell the customers of Just Have Nick sometime.
Very nice. Very nice.
Oh, blimey. What great news. What great news.
They might officially be the Saver Just Had Nick napkin holders.
Oh, Saver Just Had Nick napkin. They could be that, because we might have to avoid a bit of TBD. But they could be
Saver. Do a little bit of dancing.
Napkin holder. Get one. It'll hold 4 mil or something.
Saver wedding ring.
4 mils of napkin. Whoa, that's a lot of napkin.
We'll see. But coming soon. It's exciting.
Coming soon.
The Barbie doll shot glass.
Right.
Yes. Okay. Is it that time now?
I do believe it is. James?
Gotta be, hasn't it? Gotta be around about that sort of time. Gotta be that time.
I've just got some breaking news. Just give me 2 seconds. Somebody's just PM'd me to correct me on the blowing your artery out with a vape pen. There may be a change in the story. This is how live this is. He may have died of a stroke.
Yes, I read that. Yeah, but it was caused by the fact that he lost a lot of blood, and they put him to sleep. They put him into a coma, didn't they? But then he died in right. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I apologise. I thought I was giving you some news you didn't have. Bar.
Okay, let's go. So we're not on a timer tonight.
We're not on a timer. Okay, then. Are we starting with BC, or so we're starting with Bob Clark? Is that what we're starting with?
I'll tell you what I can see. I can see a Saver written on a glass.
Lovely. This is from Bob Clark. Yeah, so this reminded him of Vaping. He saw it in a reminder of Vaping. This is Bob Clark. It's Saver, isn't it? It's
the American spelling now, if we're going to get picky.
It is. But if you saw it in your head, you'd go, that says Saver, and that would maybe remind you of.
I would.
Of your very famous.
It's kind of in a bubble, isn't it?
It's sort of a bubble, yeah, bubble glass.
Yeah.
Okay.
Might have a custard in there. Okay, this is from Carl Hugh.
Some milk.
Bob. This is. This could be Bob the deceased fish. It's probably not. This is to do with Mark Todd. He calls all the things that he can't pronounce Bob.
Hey.
Next one, Chris Bishop. Is that right? This is a street. This is a gluten-free restaurant. Jordy's leaving. Look at that. He's off to get some gluten.
He has to keep really topped up.
It does. Remind him of it. But next one is Chris Jackson.
It is a cartoon.
A cartoon, yeah. Do not toot it. Toot. It's a toot. It's the Uber toot. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be the toot. Next one is from Chris Bodman. Oh, this is a really cool one.
What is this?
We should have had this last week. This is from. This is a high-end. We're all about the high-end. This is a high-end flashlight. It's a torch. It's a side-by-side torch, I think.
It's a side-by-side mod.
But it's in real life. It's a torch.
That's crazy.
But it doesn't that look cool? I think the backstory is he's on a couple of ADC groups, and this is kind of a high-end ADC item. Next one, Kieran McBride.
What is that?
Ooh, some big blue thing.
I've got no idea what it is, but it looks a lot like an. If you want to turn your it looks a fair bit like a.
Yeah.
Doesn't it, Kieran McBride? Nice one. Next one is Colin Albans. Are we looking at a bin?
Yeah.
Yeah, gluten free.
That's where gluten-free beer belongs.
You know what? What I loved about this was he's obviously seen it. It's in the bin. He hasn't drank it. He's seen it. He's like, "That's a gluten-free." That reminds me of it. When I just hold on, sweetheart. I'm going to take a photo of this bin for the internet.
What are you doing, love? I'm just going to picture this bin.
Brill. That's from Colin. Next one, another one from Colin. That's another
It's
Bob.
a gluten-free ginger beer, isn't it?
I have no idea.
Yeah, it is. That's the only one that they write that on. It's ginger beer. It's Krabby's alcoholic ginger beer.
I see. Next one is this. Oh,
It's a
Brewdog. Right, so
bar.
Colin's a Brewdog, reminding him of vaping. We've got a few from Colin. Oh, next one is Colin. Is Bob Restaurant.
Yep.
Okay, keep on going. Let's go. Colin Durant.
Avoid Sunderland.
Avoid Sunderland. Yeah. Off Colin Durant.
Do one, Col.
Yeah, Colin.
That's a beautiful picture.
But you probably should avoid Sunderland. You probably should avoid Sunderland. Next one, especially you, Colin Durant. You come around here, we'll kick your fucking arse. Sorry, I'm really sorry. I'm sorry. Next one, Dale Walker.
5'10".
5'10". You got to upgrade. You got to upgrade your software to 5'10".
Even in that moment of panic, he composed himself, took a picture of his screen.
Next one, Dave Cutton.
Oh,
That's the torch. Are we looking at a torch?
no, we're looking at a multi-purpose cleaner.
Right, because it reminds them of Squonkin. It's that delivery device, isn't it? I looked at these bottles before and I was like, is there any way we can use these for vaping? I was like, we can't use these for vaping. But I thought maybe there is, but I was like, no, there definitely isn't. Next one is this the torch?
Yes, ultraviolet flashlight.
But it doesn't half look like a mech. It doesn't half look like a mech.
You put a drip tip on it, and I'm going to try vapor.
Yeah, and a mech, not just a mech, but a mech and a natty. You know, it's got knurling, it's got air hole, it's got caution. Always be cautious with mechs.
Yeah, caution written upside down.
Yep. Next one is
It's the poet.
Oh, it's the poet, yeah, because he works in retail. He works in Superductors, Dave. And he saw this, and he's like, "Oh, I'll just take a photo of that." And said, "That's lovely. It's poet. Yep, that's the hottest statue on the
I
block."
realised I can't keep up, so I've got to go onto the. I'm going.
You're on the drive, John.
Yeah, I'm on the drive.
You're on the drive. Next one's Dave Groves. This is, I don't know whether this can't be a real, this is not a real, no, it's not a real. That's not a real, I was just checking for a second there. This is not a real film. This is Dave Groves. The gluten.
From the producers.
Yeah. No one understands it. Everyone fears it. It might be inside of you right now. Coming soonish.
There's a chance that this whole thing's over very shortly and I don't have to do it anymore. So
well, that's good.
How do you feel, John, in yourself?
Better? Not overly, and so that's why it's probably going to be gone.
No point then.
No, so it was an experiment.
We'll all club in and we'll buy you whatever the hell you call bread roll in your part of the world.
It's weird. It's so weird. You know, the things that you think you'll miss are nothing. The only thing that I miss the most is, well, beer, obviously, but number two is naan bread. I could have dreams about naan bread. Oh my God, it's the best fucking food in the world. It's
with you on that.
Fucking love a naan. Sorry.
Anyway, looking at loads of license plates.
Okay, this is from Dave Shields. If you look bottom left, it says that it almost says like Kiss Mod. Mod. We've got Mod there in the bottom left there. There might be other ones there, but I haven't worked them out. But it definitely says Mod.
That is what we call a reach.
It's reachy, it's well reaching.
You haven't even seen the car.
Next one is David Deering. Have we got David Deering next?
We're looking at a Thunderbird.
Yeah, we've got a couple of. There's two Thunderbirds. You can flick back and forth if you'd like. And these, look at them. They've got.
Is that the mildly racist baddie?
I've no idea. It looks. I mean, the first one looks, but look at them eyebrows. They're
it's the same mod twice, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. Well, the props are the hardest bit
because they're so tiny. I can't imagine them making Thunderbirds in full size. They don't make them in full size.
They're quite big though. They are quite. Yeah, they're like a foot or something. Like you can't see the bottom like that big.
Yeah. I mean, on my screen, you're only teeny tiny though, John.
Yeah. But it looks
the size of a Thunderbird.
Shows where they go, "You're bigger than I thought you were going to be." Yeah, bigger than
not in your telly.
But the second one, you get a proper look. It looks like it's got like an ego. It looks like it's got like a Nautilus with a cage thing on there.
Yeah.
But he skipped
the twister.
He skipped the drip and he's just going Anyway, next one, Derry Murphy. Oh, this is a good one from Derry.
Ultim.
It says Oldham. It says
You say
Oldham.
good. I think you're being very charitable. I like dairy. That's a fucking pack of bin bags.
It is a pack of bin bag, but it's Oldham bin bags. And it's obviously not made. They're not made from Oldham.
Yeah, it's
They're
the
not made
brand.
from. Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, next one
I
from
wonder
you.
if that is a registered trademark.
It says it is.
I mean,
Oh,
Oldham is. Oldham definitely is. But that's Oldham, the material made by whoever it is who makes the material.
Ooh, that's
3M or whoever it is. Next one, Hugh JC.
Oh, hang on. Looking at
What?
a man in hospital.
Man in
Yeah.
hospital after inserting battery up his butthole to boost energy. I presume that's a jokey story.
Yeah.
And not vape related.
Did it work?
No idea. I didn't read the story.
Good. It's better than Red Bull, he reckons.
What MiG-21? What's this then?
That's the highlighter bit in the. Oh, you can't really see it.
And
a
non-licensed copies in China. God, that is the reachiest reach we've ever had.
Yep.
Nod to a clone.
And that's from Schwa. That's from Ian Schwa.
That is
That's
shit.
from the Schwarzenegger.
He's on holiday, obviously mentally and physically on holiday.
He's
Yeah,
not
he was
watching.
high. Wasn't
He's
he?
not
He was,
watching.
he was absolutely high when he sent that one in. Next one's from me.
Testing the bed springs.
Which one's this one? What we got first from me?
Oh,
'Cause I can't
it's
see.
a man on a boxer with a bicycle.
Oh yeah. This is good. It's 350. It's 350. This is from one of the groups. I'm on a group called Photo Vandals, and this is Marvin Hagler. Everybody get that, Marvin? You can't see it. It doesn't.
He's haggling. Yes.
I'll give you 350 for it. 350. Marvin Hagler. I thought it was very funny.
It's got to be Duran, hasn't it? He's fighting.
Next one.
Anyway, clone.
It's a man. Oh, clone. Yeah, this one's got a few in. Clone, Genesis, Alpha 1. Yeah.
Oh,
Pre-purchase.
oh. Yeah, see, you've gone out of order.
Clone, launching. Yep, that's everywhere, isn't it? Oh, what have we got here then? 240, 130, 70, 70, 510.
Oh, this is James's list for post in the post office.
That's his Chinese order.
Yes, 510. That was the 510 related one. Next one is this unicorn pooping money?
Yeah.
Yeah, that reminded us of Vietnam. I don't know why.
Well, yeah,
There was something about it though. It kind of
definitely.
made us think vapey.
Yeah, that is
Hagler and Baran.
Something about Dropified as well. Can't believe that's not already a juice line. What's this one? Wish. We're back on Wish.
Oh yeah, this is me Jimmy Parker Travava. But it looks a little bit like, I mean, if it's on the side, it's a little bit.
What it actually looks like is it looks like a post from Jimmy Parker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which reminds you of Travava. Which reminds you of Vaping.
It was things that remind you of Jimmy Parker. I will say that it wasn't Jimmy Parker. It
was. I didn't write Tribe Batava. I wrote Jimmy Parker as if it was a large acronym. Okay, let's keep on. Let's stop
Right.
with.
Yeah, okay, let's turbo.
this is-
Steep.
This is from Jib Jeffs, not Jeff Jibbs, but like I always say, from Jib Jeffs. Good grief. Steep, like John says, steep. It's not age, steep. Next one is from John Fripp. This is a really good one. It's a mini one, but it's not. But
It's an Inikin. Yeah, I like it.
the old Innigan. It's from John Martin.
Fizz
Free February. Imagine that, a Fizz Free February.
Imagine that. A Fizz-Yan
You know what I
free
mean?
February.
I mean, not necessarily the ginger Scottish man, but just a fizz-free Tribe Batava February would be good because we'll get a lot of fizz-related Tribe Batavas.
As I said at the time of the real event, if you do feel you need a fizz-free February, that is the least of your problems.
Genesis Squonk.
Yeah, that's an album cover. I'd never heard. That's pretty good. Isn't it? Pretty good.
Gosh, that's amazing.
Yes.
Does that say a trick of the? Is that a fuck of the tail or a trick of? What does that say?
Fuck. But I think it's a trick.
A trick.
Fuck of the tail.
Next one. When you're scratching your balls and you accidentally get a boner.
Yeah.
That's a reach.
Keith.
Oh, that's a reach. I didn't even get it until just a second.
Reach
One of the-
compliance.
If you go to the next one, yeah, that's a really good one, though. I really like this one. Heath, this applies to the previous one, though, mate.
What have we got here then? Is this
Kevin, what?
From Gotham?
From Gotham, yeah. That's a pretty good one. I like that one. If you go to the next one, it zooms in a little bit.
Yep, that is definitely a bit moddy.
It could be an extendy kind of telescopic little jobby. Next one, Len Burgess. So is that what we're next?
Len Burgess.
Some sort of microphone wireless system.
Yeah, it's reachy.
It's a bit moddy. It's a bit reachy. It's all those things. X1. I think I've had that before.
From Dolan, we have had. Was I mentioned on the thread? But you know, Dolan's a friend of the show. X1. Next one, Moxkey.
Oh yeah, there he is, playing pool.
Excuse me. His winnings are 5-10, 5-10.
Ah,
nice.
Next one.
We've got a dog with glasses on.
Oh, it's the Rick dog. I like that.
It is.
And John Malcolm made him talk, which was amazing.
It was brilliant. We should have uploaded the video. It was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. Next one, Mike Davis.
Gosh, yeah, that's very moddy.
Isn't it? I don't know what it is in real life, but
I think it's a tattoo gun.
I mean,
it's a tattoo gun.
Tattoo's mentioned, but it's super moddy, isn't it? Isn't that super moddy? That might be the best one.
Tattoo thing. Oh, here we've got Nige looking like Rick.
Looking like Rick, yep. Then we've got Paula.
Well, to be frank, I'd have to change my name.
Which was pretty good. We've got a couple of Frank references. Next one is
it's the classic Ohm's Law thing.
Yeah. It kind of is a driving photographer, but not really. Next one is a good one.
I've always found that analogy way more confusing than the
me too. I didn't really get
the river
whole
one or the road.
Yeah.
Chris
Scott McKenzie.
Like it.
Next one is a fizz one from Iverson. He used to bring us such good quality tri-photograpers. such great quality. Paul.
We're now looking at some Art Deco.
Yeah.
This isn't that Harvey? Isn't that well Harvey?
It's not Art Deco. It's Odin. It is Art Deco. Part of that is.
Don't even have a fireplace in our house.
It's lovely. That is good. Yes, but half. Yes, I'm a fan of the Art Deco. Yes.
Spice Bomb.
Oh yeah, well, I think we've had this before from Richard Jack. Yeah, there's another one. Next one from Richard Jack as well. This is
Rev G4.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's move it on. We're probably best not saying anything about that one. Next one is from Richard Rushton. You could tell who this separated a certain type of person in the group. I think with the old hot knives there. Stove coil. Next one, Ross Patterson.
A lorry.
Is a truck, but it looks the front of the truck's got that kind of that shape, which reminds him of the what was it called? What was that pod system called, Rich? That was kind of that sort of.
There's been a few.
There's been a few, hasn't there?
From anything.
Next one, Russell Blair.
Oh, yeah.
Does look like a deck. I'll give him that.
It looks like a kick.
Or a kick, yeah.
It does. And then the next one is there's those two Korean chaps who.
Amazing. If you've not seen, they've got a wicked little YouTube thing going on as well. But it does look like a mod.
They really have. Yeah. Ryan Greer. This is a Fizz Crackle.
Yeah.
Sam Balikop. Yeah,
That's been done.
This exact one hasn't, but similar things.
Yeah, no, it's been done.
With the beard.
Right. No, sorry, not with the beard. We're on the next. Sorry,
the Nada one.
Yes.
Yeah, Nada has been done. It was a different picture though, so I did use it. Sean Toop, the Vapes, turning Japanese.
Oh, very good.
Very good.
And then also from Sean Toop, we have got the inside of the Millennium Falcon, and them whatever them levers are, they look very moddy.
Mm.
Oh, it's our man Jesus himself.
Oh, men's mod box.
Teodoro. He's in TK Maxx, isn't he? And he went, oh, wait, I just quickly. Quick, been really
Don't
quick.
scan the next one.
Todd. Oh, this is from Walmart, Todd. This is this fishing stuff?
Yeah. Oh, right.
But it looks awfully muddy. It doesn't look awfully muddy. Oh, then we're moving to the Tom Beatty section. Now, Tom Beatty, his son, I think, is getting right into countdown. And we've got a couple of countdown ones here. This is RDA.
No, we're looking at a man's beard.
Oh, okay. All right. So, this is a fizz. This is another fizz one. It's a man's beard. It's a dog, though, isn't it? It's a dog. It's a good one, though. We're
Nautilus countdown.
Ones. Yeah, Nautilus. We've also got RDA. And we've also got an anagram of spheroid.
Oh, that one's bad.
And we've got RDA. We've got RDA. We've got a few. They were great though, Tom. I really like them.
Bang tidy.
We've got someone's phone number.
Someone's phone number.
510. Let's move that on. Trev Larkin.
Phone number. Abstract Inc.
Abstract Mods.
Like it.
And we're all the way back now.
That is the end of Triumph for Tom. Good grief, that's 2 weeks in. We whizzed through that. It's 32 past 10. 32 past 10.
That's what happens when James misses a week. That's why we don't usually let him.
I went and put a crying baby back down and came back and tried the top.
Still going, yeah.
I didn't miss anything.
Amazing. So a few really good ones.
Proper collection too.
How has the Vapors not come up before? Turning Japanese.
Yes, that's good. It's a very good one.
So there's still some quality Travava out there, people.
It's just got to be careful.
Yeah, very cool.
Excellent stuff. Thanks very much.
Make a fit Lastino, correct. In chat. Okay. What do we want to do? Should we round off? Or has anyone got anything particularly pressing?
I don't know.
I don't think I can go through a show without finding out what James is watching on telly.
Or what John has had for lunch.
Yeah, that's true. What have you been watching, James?
I have been watching. I've started. Not Call of Duty. Line of Duty. Line of Duty. I am immediately hooked in Line of Duty.
So good.
And you know what it is. I knew nothing about it. Then obviously, then you put it on. You go, oh, that's him out of the one. Oh, that's her out of such. Yeah, like loads of stars. Absolutely brilliant, gritty, and I think as I'm watching it with my wife, because it's on Netflix, it's one of them brilliant things where you can go, right, it's time for bed now. I'm going to turn it off. And I'm at a point now where it's like, oh, you gotta go to bed right. I'm not going to where I am because I spoil it for anybody. But I was like, no, you gotta go to bed now.
I would tell you what though, James, it only gets better. I mean, there was a moment where, again, no spoilers. There was a moment where me and my wife were watching it, and we've watched it a couple of times through now. But there was a moment we were watching it, and we were both like off our seats, going, "Fuck!" Really involved. It's awesome.
It's one of the best British things I've ever seen. If anyone's not seen Line of Duty, get on it.
The only thing
is, add it to my rotation.
He's a bit little. That's the only, but it's very good. But
he is a short man, isn't he?
But you get over that quite quick.
Yeah, I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered.
Steve Arnott.
And I can't. Again, it's like all great ideas. You think, how has this not been explored before? You know, the whole
yeah. I can't remember the guy.
The police.
The chap who plays the chief inspector, who's in Christ knows how many. Not the chief inspector, the chief of AZ9 is amazingly good. The Southern Irish.
Chap. Oh yeah, love him. Yeah,
absolutely amazing. I think he's in Harry Potter. Something. I think he's a Death Eater or something.
He's been loads. Yeah. That's the thing about watching British stuff is you go. So many actors. Yes, absolutely. Yes, that's me.
That's super tall Welshman.
Super tall Welshman.
Maybe I'm completely off the mark.
Yeah. You're off the thing. You don't mean him.
We all look the same to you, Brad.
He's like 10 years older than that. No. Big Irish guy who's been in a few things.
So what's John?
What do you have for lunch, John?
Yeah. What do you reckon he's had, James?
No, John.
What What do you reckon John's had for them?
Oh, sorry, what did I reckon John had? I think maybe it's a pack of refreshers. I think possibly he went to Greg's today. Maybe he went to Greg's. Bought a sandwich.
I live in a middle class village. There is no Greg.
There's no. It's him. We went to Greg's. Even though I know there's no. He travelled. He got a taxi. He got an Uber.
Got a lot of time in his hands now.
Yeah, he got an Uber into the nearest big town. He went to Greg's, and he bought a sandwich. He bought a chicken ham chicken salad thing. And then he boiled some eggs. He boiled some because there was no eggs in it. He's like, there's no eggs in this ham chicken sandwich here. Boiled some eggs, sliced them up, took the inside of the sandwich out, threw away the gluten bread, and he had a salad. He had a salad that was
a ham salad sandwich, a proper salad with egg in it. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah. But it was from Greg's in your nearest cosmopolitan town, and 2 times.
Any more for any more, Richard?
Yeah, I think you had 8 chipolatas and a tangerine.
Brad?
I think along the Mexican theme Richard went for, I think you scooped the innards out of a taco and you squeezed the zest of a lemon onto
Squeeze the zest.
He doesn't scoop, he pours.
Pause. That's it. Yeah, you poured a taco down your throat.
Yeah, like the tennis players. Then he just gets the lemon and goes, oh, no.
Oh, my eyes, my beautiful eyes.
Pretty good. Like it.
Go on, tell us.
I don't have anything at all. I was too busy. I just went home. I just worked till 4 and then went home.
I will tell you what I had for lunch today because at least my lunch is fucking interesting. You boring stuff.
Mine was fucking interesting. It just didn't happen.
Hang on, someone's coming in the door. It's something we eat in South Africa that fuck only knows why, but cannot find it here. And Julian in chat, you'll back me up. Wasabi coated peanuts.
No, they're everywhere, you knob.
Oh,
No.
Graze do them.
Yeah, but they're shit. They make it with the most watered down.
Oh no! You can get some hot. You can get some fucking hot.
I went and grabbed them at the kitchen. These bastards are solid fucking blow fire out of your nose. Listen to this. That is heaven.
Oh no, not for me.
Where'd you get them from?
I have no idea. My wife came home with them.
Probably bought them somewhere really exotic like Sansbury or Desco.
Let's go.
Ashland.
Let's go.
Yeah.
That was lunch.
Yeah, like my friend always buys his shoes at Matt Allen's.
Yeah. Very good, very good.
Yes, that was it. That was my lunch.
So we've given you some teasers for next week. We're going to talk about the new 67 mod and that tool that James mentioned.
And it might be in the morning.
I have to correct someone. Andy Fairchild, it's not wasabi peas, it's wasabi peanuts.
Oh, okay.
Because wasabi peas, like, what the fuck? I don't want to eat peas.
I like peas. I don't like them cooked, but I do like peas.
So do not forget to smash that like button. Still a few of you not smashed it. Not impressed. But other than that, have we done? Are we all done?
Yes, I think we're done.
Aye, Captain.
Thank you very much for watching. And we'll see you next week.
Ta-ta.
Good night.
Bye.